Hello everyone and welcome back to Star City Games Providence, and boy do I have a Legacy Top 8 for you. We've got some exciting decks here in the Top 8 of the Legacy portion, and we're going to start things off with 12 posts. Now, Jeremiah Rudolph is running 12 posts, which is Glimmer Post, Vesuva, and Cloud Post to power out Emrakul, Ulamog, Kozilek. He's got Expedition Map and Crop Rotation to help support this. And he's also got Show and Tell, so he's got a blue-green Cloud Post deck. He's going to be up against the #1 overall seed, Drew Rosen. Drew is on Reanimator. We saw him playing against Elves last round or the round before. He is playing a fairly traditional Reanimator list with 4 Gristlebrand's. He's also got a main deck Show and Tell, which won't be very good in this matchup. I am hesitant to say that the 12 post will be able to beat the Reanimator deck. Drew has been running very hot today. He has 3 turn 1 kills with his Lotus Petal Reanimator. Although Jeremiah Rudolph ran very well in the last round to even get into top 8. He actually jumped tiebreakers over Warren Connell, who is the hard luck 9th place finisher. I'm going to predict that Drew is going to win this one, not only because he's on the play with the combo deck against the other combo deck, but because Jeremiah has very little in the way of answers for Drew's Reanimator deck. He's got Show and Tells in his own deck, which are bad, and he's got no answers to Graveyard Hate in the sideboard, so I'm going to go ahead and say Drew's probably going to win that one. The next matchup we have is Jim Davis and Edgar Flores. Now, if you're looking for a matchup of 2 very good players, Jim versus Edgar is where you're going to want to go first. Edgar completing a back-to-back in top 8s for this weekend, sticking with his guns and staying with a blue-white deck, this time splashing black. He's playing Esper Stoneblade. He's up against Jim Davis, who's playing Goblins, which we also saw in the last round. His Goblins list is pretty much the Bible you go by if you're a Goblins player. Jim is one of, if not the best, Goblins players in the world. Edgar has the play, but I will give the edge to Goblins in this one because it's a very close matchup that often hinges on the number of lands that Edgar has, which is 23, which might be a little light, and also on the type of Esper Stoneblade that Edgar has. Edgar does not have Lingering Souls to be able to stave off the invasion, and he's only got 2 Terminus in the main deck and only 1 in the sideboard, so he's actually slightly light on Wrath effects. So I'll give the slight edge to Jim Davis, although everything with Esper Stoneblade is a close match. Next round, or the next match we have is Boaz Van Driel, who we saw on camera a couple times, against Elliot Wolcheski, who's also completing a back-to-back of top 8ing both the Standard and the Legacy. Elliot is playing a fairly traditional Rug Delver deck. He's got 4 Stifles, which I don't know how effective they will be against Boaz Van Driel's standstill bug control list, but Boaz is packing a lot of power behind his things, but Rug Delver just runs very close to the vest, running very close games. Boaz will be on the play, which is certainly an advantage, and he's also got the Ensnaring Bridge in the sideboard, which can prove to be very good against the Rug Delver deck that needs to keep their 3 power creatures untapped. I'll give the slight edge to Boaz on that one. And then the last match we have is John Miklinovich, who is playing Sea Stompy. For those of you that don't know about Sea Stompy, it's a deck that utilizes cards like Sea Drake and Serendib Ifrit in order to take down the game. He's up against Bug Delver. Now, Bug Delver has a 3/2 flyer as its main win, as its most favorite win condition, whereas John has a lot of 3/4 and 4/4 flyers. He's also got Sea Drake, which is a 4/3, but he's packing Illusory Angel, Serendib Ifrit, and Muldrifter. He's also running a lot of equipment. He's running 2 Jites, a Sword of Fire and Ice, and 3 Sword of War and Peace. The 4 toughness flyers are going to be very important for John because they are outside of lightning bolt range. So I'm going to give the edge to John in this one, and that's actually the match that we're going to see on camera. So we're going to have John Miklinovich against Ryan Frainer, and we're going to toss quickly to the booth, I believe. If not, we will get straight to the action here at Star City Games Providence.